Labas aritas, manavartas, Lawrence. Well, this is day 2 at Menuo Juodaragis. Right now, I've just woken up just a couple of minutes ago, and so, yeah, I'm gonna have breakfast at some camp over there, and then we will start exploring and see what sort of activities are going on. Otherwise, I might just as well see what sort of bands are performing. Okay, for this morning's breakfast, I decided to have an acorn coffee. It's actually pretty good, though. Let's see. Really tasty. I really like it. Now, this is how they bring magic to it, especially the way they make coffee. Very magical indeed, and that is the magic of Menuo Juodaragis indeed. Amatu Pienas. This must be the place where they do the reenactments. And so, yes. Okay, this is my actual breakfast. I'm having latte and some Polish cookies actually. I need to read out what it says. Ciasteczko owsiane żurawina. Yeah, that sums it right. Yep, this is the breakfast I'm having right now. Yeah, it's vigata.
And beer.
Yeah. Yeah, beer comes later. This will be breakfast number 2 after this one. Yeah, that's the Lithuanian way for that, ain't that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. This is Lanke and this is Repka. Different sports. And of course here the motorcyclists. And speaking of motorcyclists, a friend of mine from Lithuania, he's called Antanas, he told me that the group of motorcyclists are celebrating the 35th anniversary to this day of the Baltic human chain in a celebration of Lithuanian, Latvian and Estonian independence from the oppressors. Labas. Hey. Yep. To this day on the 23rd of October, this is how Lithuania in 1990, yep, 1989, yep, 23rd of August 1989, they formed a human chain in resistance to the Soviet occupation. But of course, in 1990, Lithuanian parliament signed the deal for the Declaration of Independence, and it's finally achieved in 1991. And of course, here we go. But now, we are walking on my way to this mystical island. Here we go, we're in the forest. Oop. Labas. Now this is giving us some Arthurian vibes to it. Ancient Celtic vibes. Gavavat. I'm in Lithuania, and of course Lithuania is a Baltic country, and the Baltic tribes have their own mythology as well as the tales to be told. Here we are at Sviesa Tunelu Gale. Yep. And here's the entrance. Here we go. Now, in the evening, by the time it gets very dark, this is where it gets very magical. But in the day, it's pretty much of a regular walk. And yes, oh, hang on. And yes, as you could see, surrounded by the reeds, you know, the very tall grass where the marsh is, or let's say the pond is, and the lake, it's very magical. And if you picture this in mind, you can just as well imagine the Lady in the Lake and the Knights of the Round Table, or even King Arthur, but that's Celtic mythology. But of course, with the Baltic tribes, it's something more authentic than that. And so this is the magic of Menuo Juodaragis. Babegos Bradja. That's another territory we've entered within the small island, this mystical island. And here we are. We've reached the end of it, where a group of people are chilling over here. Now, if we go behind it, if you look through the trees, here you see this beautiful lake. And over here, through the reeds, this is where the lake is. The lake where they have the water spirits. Water is one of the 5 elements in paganism. But of course, whenever I see the lake in Celtic mythology, or even in the Arthurian legends, I can just as well picture the Lady of the Lake who catches the Excalibur from Sir Galahad, who threw the Excalibur into the lake as a temptation, because since the death of King Arthur. But then the Lady of the Lake then says, look, the Excalibur must return to its rightful owner, and that is King Arthur. And so this is how the story goes. But of course here in Lithuania, the lake represents something else. Because in the lake, there might be water spirits.